If there's one thing the MTV show Room Raiders got right, it's that you can dismiss 2 out of 3 sexual partners based solely upon how crusty they let it get around the area they sleep in. I don't need your dorm room to look like the Ritz-Carlton, but before we watch your Trainspotting DVD, do you think you can throw a towel over that visible shit stain on your comforter? Today we follow the original gay bachelor, Sean, as he picks out a date based solely on what he finds inside their bedroom, such as toxic masculinity, a misunderstanding of basic grooming products, and the most shirtless, hairless young men you've seen in one van since all of those adult films that take place in a van. So put on your seatbelt and charge your blacklight, because we are going on a gay Room Raiders installment of Clip Breakdown. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for another installment of Clip Breakdown. This is the playlist where we dive into our favorite movies and old TV shows and new TV shows and other things, and we get into it and observe each little piece of them like they're a mysterious stain on your ex-boyfriend's bedspread, so that we can say that was a good moment in history, or send it to science. And we know that the early thousands were a treasure trove of problematic television, particularly when you look to MTV dating shows like this one, Room Raiders. I spent a lot of hours watching this as a kid, and I'm hoping you did too. And if not, you're about to. But before we get into it, make sure you give this video a big thumb. Look at my wrist right now. A big thumbs up for that wrist. If you want to see even more MTV dating shows just like this one, but most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week, so turn on notifications, and you'll always be the first to know when I'm serving up a new mysterious stain on your sheets. Girl, I gotta stop using that, talking like that. Like, that's gross. Why do people even put up with me? I would vomit in my own face. Have you met my plants? They're so big today. All right, let's meet Sean. I'm actually really excited by Sean because not only is he living out and loud and proud in Texas, but he's also a gay black man, and we just don't get enough representation of that in television. And so I'm here for that. Sean, thank you for being a pioneer in gay television for us. We love you. Now tell us what you're all about.
Hi, my name is Sean. I'm 21 and I'm a student. In my spare time, I love to dance. It gets me going. It just makes me I love it.
Do my eyes deceive me, or has Bob Fosse been reincarnated right here on this local bridge? Sean said, is it really jazz dance if you're not wearing a Freddy Krueger hat? I've always wanted to go to Texas. Do you go to the University of Texas, or did you? Let me know. Was the gay life there poppin'? Sean seems to be doing great.
I am into guys who are normally like bigger than me.
So like 4th grade then? Because they got you playing around on this swing set like you just graduated kindergarten. I'd be like, you can't have me sitting on a park bench reading the Wall Street Journal. I gotta be finger painting in these overalls? Okay. Like, I'm all for looking youthful, but we are overshooting it by putting me in this environment made for babies.
I don't know, it's just, I get that teddy bear feeling.
Is that why you laugh like Snuggles? This guy wants to get f***ed by Barney and friends. All right, Sean, let's meet your 3 daters.
Hi, my name's Nate, and I'm a student at UT. In my spare time, I like to go insect collecting.
Ooh, perfect. You can start by combing all of the dead beetles out of my bedroom carpet. Also, word to the wise, never buy a used waterbed. It will just be filled with beetles. I think that I watched this show before, I was ever even in high school, so I definitely didn't know what being a college student was all about. Looking back now, I can see that these were very intelligent young people they had on this show. So I don't know what kind of circus they were running to get people to apply for this show. Like, I feel like MTV would just infiltrate a college campus and be like, who wants to embarrass themselves? $3. Let's get a where are they now for all 4 of these contestants.
I've been dancing for a long time. We put on some music, and usually any party turns into a dance party.
See, I'm really drawn to Nate already. He seems like a very stable young man who's always gonna make Sean look better by comparison on the dance floor. Plus, I know if he's spending all of his time collecting specimens from a creek, he's not gonna mind the moldy corners of my shower. I'd be like, ooh, magnifying glass, it's for fun. Maybe I also like Nate because we have the same dance moves, which is like spaghetti arms. It's like if you peel apart string cheese and then it gets sucked up in a cyclone. It also kills me that Nate is just dancing in front of his friends on a bench and they're all like, yeah, good moves.
I'm into guys that are intelligent, that are...
No, I'm gonna stop you right there because you're doing a monkey dance while asking for intelligence. Also, why did you blow that kiss like I'm a hornet that landed on your donut? Let's move on to David, who is also has some parallels to my life because he's a film student. Not that I'm a student, mama. Sometimes in the comments, people are like, oh, it's so cool that you're a film student. And I'm like, ooh, I was in 2013.
I
Hi, my name's David. I'm a student in Austin, Texas, majoring in radio, television, film.
Ooh, are you casting for anything? My agent is gonna drop me unless I can get through at least one shoot without being fired. And I think a student project might be my best bet. Young people seem to have a high tolerance for abuse. Every time someone wants you to like act like you're making a movie, they want you to do this. You're like, I know we haven't made movies like this since the 1920s, mama.
I would definitely go swimming on a first date. It's one of those things that gets you half naked.
Not me. I wear an old-timey men's bathing suit like Pugsley from the Addams Family. If my skin gets exposed to sun for too long, it peels off like sheets of matzah. Anyway, what time's that date? Okay, now that we've met the white boys, let's move on.
My name is Mark. For some reason, I like guys with nice calves, and you know you just gotta love those tight jeans on those cowboys.
Okay, but if Mark has dozens of mannequin legs in his closet, I'm out of here. I'm not sure how I feel about this focus on legs and pants anatomy. When you say that you like nice calves, I think he's talking about the Why do I have that feeling? Also, some of the faces these guys are making at the camera, they're like, like, what are you biting? Anyway, it's time for the room raiders to go in and raid their room. They have these guys in like trench coats. This must be like one of the producers or something. He's always the one who jumps in and like pulls them in out of their waking up states. But they only show us waking up one person in this. That's the best part, is how they stage the guy waking up and being like, what? Oh, it's today? Tell me if you think this looks real. I really thought they were like surprising these people when I was a kid.
You're on room raiders. What?
By catching them off guard, there will be no time to clean up or hide anything.
Where am I going?
Let's go, bud boy.
It took me until just now to realize he wasn't shaking this young gay out of bed and calling him butt boy. The first time I saw it, I was like, well, what in the hate crime alarm clock is this guy doing? Butt boy. But he said bug boy because he collects bugs. Still, be real careful with your pronunciation there, my friend.
You're gonna be the specimen today.
If I was Sean, I'd be like, I picked the shorty in the jumpsuit who keeps objectifying everybody. I like his style. He's like a slightly homophobic little plumber who's gonna keep me motivated at the gym. So all three of Sean's suitors are romantically kidnapped and thrown into a van, and they're all conspicuously shirtless because, you know, that makes it fun and gay. If there's one thing we know about gay people, it's that they love to reveal their hairless, tan shoulders when they're young. Oh, speaking of, she's vaccinated, mama. Yes, go out and get your vaccine when you can. That's really important toward beating this pandemic. We can do it. I'm Rosie the Riveter, but my arms are more pale. Okay, so let's see. I guess Sean's gonna go into the first room.
Unfortunately, I don't get to see how hot you are and get to cuddle with you before I choose.
Oh, he's a cuddler.
All right, David, it's too early to start eliminating daters, but just know that was freaky and you are on standby. If I wanted to see a dead-eyed Jack Nicholson impersonation, I would have just watched the real Jack Nicholson in Something's Gotta Give. Oh, he's a cuddler. That's the face of someone who's gonna murder me tonight. I'm just kidding. Who knows? I feel like everyone's being fed these lines by a producer off camera, so like nothing's gonna sound natural because they're not actors, they're just like college students. These kids were studying bugs before MTV came and destroyed their lives.
Let's go.
What do you guys think? I like his shirt.
Okay, so Mark isn't really feeling Sean since the only nice thing he could think to say about him was about his t-shirt. Also, how come in the early 2000s us gays thought that adding a little fleur-de-lis accent was the ultimate height of screen-printed fashions? We were like, oh, bonjour. No, I've never been to Paris, but as you can tell by the design on my t-shirt, I am aware that Europe exists, and I did have a $20 gift card to Target. Not to knock on Target fashion. I mean, $20 at Target will get you real good clothes. But I had this brown thermal sweatshirt with a gold big fleur-de-lis, like distressed printed on it in metallic. I look like a hand-painted turd. Anyway, Sean, pick me. I'm your hand-painted turd. Sean is going up to the first dater's room.
Looks like we're at house number 1. Looks like a very cool atmosphere.
Yeah, it looks like a real party central. Do those trash cans have lids so the raccoons can't get into them? MTV was probably like, whoa, can we come back here to shoot our spring break special? Also, I love how I'm just okay with sounding like a huge snob today. I'm like, you live in garbage. Back to you, Sean.
Are you a king?
I am.
Or are you a queen?
I think I'm the traveling wench who sells pelts of fur from a hand trolley outside the castle. Also, this guy can play butch all he wants, but he has a giant decorative sign that says eat in his kitchen, and that's anything but 0 on the Kinsey scale. It always freaks me out when they check out each other's beds on Room Raiders. Tell me if I'm the only one who's like, violated when I see that.
And this whole jungle thing, I dig it.
Got the jungle fever theme.
Okay, no one said the word fever, Nathan. You added that yourself for some reason. I don't even want to touch that. Just like I wouldn't want to touch that bedding unless Nate had like a week's notice. While Sean is looking through Nate's room, he finds his bug samples, which as he mentioned are because he has a class and it's his hobby. Sean takes out his spy kit and he puts it in the evidence bag, which basically means in this case, he gets to bring this back when he meets Nate and ask him about it. Cause he's like, I need to figure out more about this, which like fair enough. It's very Silence of the Lambs to have dead bugs in your room. Then again, it is like college. Couldn't he see some of his science books and be like, oh, he's taking a bug class? I'm gonna say what I think the name is for the study of bugs. Etymology? No, because that's names. That's words. What's the study of bugs?
Entomology is the study of bugs.
Entomology. I corrected myself, so now you guys can only comment about how beautiful I am and how much you love this video. That's the law. You're in my country now, and I tell you the laws. Uh-oh, I think this vaccine's making me crazy. It's changing my DNA into someone even more fabulous. And my skin looks even more lifted and plump. Sean is not exactly Dr. Seuss. Ooh, no, I meant, what's the guy with the hat that looks like a bowling ball? Sherlock Holmes! Sean is no Sherlock Holmes studying bugs in the room.
Oh, look, chess.
Yes.
Okay, now they're just sort of mocking him. Although I would probably be defensive if I were in his position as well. He'd be like, oh, cool lava lamp. I'd be like, yeah, make sure not to shove it up your ass. Now we get to the underwear drawer part, which is always like blows my mind. We have to watch an episode of this with females because I'm like, did women let guys just go through their underwear drawer and be like, this one has a stain? Like, I don't love that.
Boxer briefs. That's really hot.
Or at least it must have been when he was wearing them because that waistband is puckered. They said, grab the dingiest, most bleach-stained pair in there. Yeah, that's good television. Next up, Sean is going over to the filmmaker David's house, and they call it David's den. David is the youngest of all the 3 contestants at 18. He still lives at home.
Why do you have a ping pong table in the middle of the living room? You should definitely find another place to put it.
I'll tell you another place to put it. Oh. Seriously though, nothing says I live with my parents more than a ping pong table in the living room. Now I just want your dad to f me. He's the one with all the goods. He's got the luxury items. Yes, I said that on YouTube. Indignant wrestling. Ooh, I gave myself a splinter. The plant did, I guess. But I got it out, and I forgive you. I put grafting tape because it got snapped, and she's growing beautifully. She points straight up now. Anyway, back to Sean. He's in David's den, looking at his filmmaking equipment, and that's not a euphemism.
Could definitely be in one of your movies. No.
Move. Why not?
Whatever, get off me.
I don't know how else to say this, but the boys in the van are giving off a strong group sex vibe. Although I'll be honest, I didn't even try to think of another way to say that. Why would I? It was funny the first time. Anyway, back to Sean going through the underwear drawer of David now.
Candied underwear.
Oh my god! That's a big dong. Damn.
It's a lot of chewing.
I think I want to keep them on.
I wish you wouldn't. Also, what self-respecting gay man doesn't know the difference between edible underwear and an edible jockstrap? Don't act brand new, Sean. You know what the is up? Also, I think my favorite quote from the whole thing is when Mark sees how big the edible panties are and he goes,
It's a lot of chewing.
yes, Mark, thank you. I hope your pearly whites are up to it. I hope you've been flossing every day, mama.
This place is really clean. I love a man who keeps a clean house.
Now that is a euphemism for a gay man who has a high fiber diet. Oh wait, no, are we supposed to actually clean our houses? I just keep moving every time the cobwebs start to look too scary. Oopsies, I didn't know. Whoa, I didn't know, I'm 30 now. Everyone loves when the 30-year-old uses the baby voice, right? Yeah. Anyway, if you guys didn't remember, these people are college students, and I don't know if this is like a thing. Some people just feel really like prideful about their college experience, I guess. They're like, this is my whole personality for now. Okay, mom, it's like the place where you're supposed to read books, not your whole life.
The UT flag. I love UT.
Yeah, go Longhorns.
Yeah, what do you love most about it? The 15% female sexual assault rate? Or do you guys have like really fun tailgate parties or whatever? The only Longhorns I worship is the chain of steakhouses where they bring you that hot bread with the cinnamon sugar butter. There's lots of animal stuff in this. Do gays love to have sex with animals? I don't, but I'm different. I'm not like other gays. I don't tigers.
Something I would wear, so maybe I can borrow it sometime?
But he can borrow my belt only if he folds them back neatly.
Baby, did you wear my Aslan belt without asking? It spiraled counterclockwise and I never do that. That's the same exact argument that incited 8 of my last 4 breakups. I count each of them twice because I like to play the victim twice as long. The other way now. Oh, I can't do it the other way. I like to do that, but I... That's terrifying. I just learned that. All right, well, something new to work on. Check in with me next video. Okay, I'm gonna break something. Oof. Also, my arm's starting to hurt. That had nothing to do with it. Okay, we're going down into Mark's basement, meaning under his sink, which is, for me, as a gay man, the last place I need people to put television cameras. I just like spray bug spray under there and slam it closed every time I hear something rustle. I'm just kidding. That's an exaggeration.
Makeup, huh?
Total queen.
It's like a lip moisturizer.
I like a guy with natural beauty.
And crusty lips. Ugh, you're dodging a bullet, Mark. This man doesn't know how to hydrate his skin. You're not trying to share a bed with Groot. I don't love the vibe of these like hyper masculine straight guys like ragging on each other for being a queen. It's very much not the vibe of inclusivity that we wanted for gay people. Cause like basically, here's what I felt growing up. Like the gay characters that were really not meant to be a joke were always like masculine. Like it was like a hot guy who was like, you couldn't tell was gay. And that always bothered me. For every Jack from Will and Grace, there was always the Will, who was like the masculine, straight appearing, successful, not theatrical, corporate one. So a lot of the times the representation we saw on TV would be one or the other. But if you were the more feminine, like flamboyant, stereotypical, traditionally feminine queer person, you were more the joke. You weren't treated as the main character, you were treated as the accessory. So it's harmful, I think, to show these gay characters as like having to present as really masculine in order to be like viable for this dating show. Like as though we didn't just see you all argue about your belts. But I'm not blaming them individually. I think this was just the climate at the time. This is what was being put on TV. This is the stories that were being told, which I think is now why we have to counter some of the over-reliance on telling white gay stories, you know, like with this new Bachelor contestant who recently said that, or former Bachelor contestant who recently came out as saying he's gay, and now it's like all about him finding his place on a new TV show. It does seem like we're kind of past telling these white gay stories of guys who are just muscular, conventionally attractive, could get a job modeling for Sports Illustrated. Like those aren't really the underrepresented queer voices that we should be putting on a pedestal as much as maybe the trans voices or queer people of color who are disproportionately murdered or otherwise harmed. Like we need to be not only protecting those members of the community, but also lifting up those voices and those stories. Let's put some links to queer creators of color in the comments below. I want to expand my viewership towards those types of creators as well, because I know that there's more out there that I could be watching. And I'm sick of watching the same stuff. Let's get some recommendations going. Thank you so much. Anyway, what was I talking about? The lip balm. Wear lip balm, ladies. Jeez.
Oh my god, how many are in there?
I used to be an RA, dude.
I'm really not into that.
You heard Sean, he's not into condoms. Wow, we were wild back in the thousands.
I don't know about that makeup.
Dude,
Yeah, what, are you like a drag queen by
no,
night? What's
man.
the deal?
Dude, I'm the butchest one of all.
He said, yes, I'm a lip balm drag queen, and I can still pull hotter dudes than Johnny the Juggler and Barbara the Bug Collector over here. Masculinity is not a more or less valuable trait than femininity in a gay person, just so we all know. Even the terms masculine and feminine imply that there is some sort of gender binary, like it has to be one or the other. I think we're done. We're done with it. The only binary I care about is the one that Britney Spears set up. There's only two types of people in the world, the ones that entertain and the ones that observe. So baby, I gotta keep this video going. I think I'm getting a little cloudy headed, which is perfect because we're just about to have Sean meet the guys and give his deliberations.
Remember, he still doesn't know which guy belongs to which room.
Those were the two most chaotic shots of this entire episode. Not the candy necklace wedgie and the casting couch pornography setup. We need to do better. MTV. Video killed the radio star indeed. Killed it several times over. The bloodied corpse is now rotting on my doorstep. So Sean eliminates the one that I probably would have picked if I were him and had the foresight to see their faces or understand what they're studying and their passions for bugs. Nate. He eliminates Nate.
It was nice meeting you. Bye-bye.
You can keep those, actually. Anyway, it was nice meeting you.
Nice
man.
meeting you.
I hate how close together everyone has to stand on these shows. It's just like a tour of 4 people's sparingly decorated off-campus apartments. Anyway, there you see him eliminating David as well. I don't know why. I think it was like the candy underwear or something. The candy underwear freaked him out. I can't remember. Who cares? Because it means that our next favorite guy, or my next choice would have been, anyway, why am I rating these people? So pointless. Sean chooses Mark.
Number 3.
Yes, it's me, man. My name's Mark.
I'm Sean. You too.
I'm definitely excited that I was chosen today. Sean seems like a great guy, and I don't know, everybody likes to win, you know?
Not them flashing back to their initial hug like it was the start of a relationship. Mark is like, my first impression is that I can tell from his breath he was also fed Quiznos for lunch. Although MTV seems to want to imply that they had a lovely relationship and a happy ever after.
You wanna go get something to eat?
If you're really hungry, we still have those underwear right over there.
We can do that.
And they both drowned. In loving memory of the gay hot tub ghosts, may they ever boil in peace. Oh my god, I love these early 2000 dating shows. I couldn't find a one with bisexuals though. Unless you guys have links, let them go in the let them flow in the comments below. Also, give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see even more MTV dating show clip breakdowns. Again, links help. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week. Turn on notifications, that way you'll always be the first to know when I come with a new blind date that we can go on together. Also, I've got merch available and a Patreon where you can access bonus episodes of Clip Breakdown and virtual watch parties. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you so much for going on dates with me today. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.